Hello and welcome back to the Lincoln Loco 2. Today we have got the Dambusters Derby against Lincoln City, and then after that we're taking on Middlesbrough, who we've not lost to in 3 seasons. Is that good run going to continue, or is it going to absolutely fall apart today? Let's find out, shall we? So since you were last here, it's been a little bit disappointing in the league, but it's not really affected us too much. We've won a cup game in between. I suppose we'll take it off straight away. You were last here for the MK Dons and the Doncaster game. This time in between episodes, we took on Leicester in the Checker Trade Trophy group stage, beat them 1-0 through a Gabriel Tiriac goal. We then went to Blackburn and played them in the league. Melgoff scored about half an hour into the game or so, but they scored one very late on to equalise things, which is a little bit frustrating, but Blackburn are a decent side still, so I wasn't too fussed. I was disappointed, though, with the 2-0 loss to Rotherham. Rotherham, not as good as they are in real life. They shouldn't really be challenging, I don't think, for near the playoffs this season. So I was disappointed to lose that 1-2-0, not even get a goal. That was really disappointing. We did bounce back, though, against Wimbledon. Wimbledon at the time, I think they still are actually second in the table. Stephen Robbins got the scoring underway for us, but they scored 2 just before half-time, before Melgoff got 1 just before full-time to bring the score back to 2-2. So I was pleased with that result, because Wimbledon are a decent side challenging for promotion this season. So 1 win in the Cup, 2 draws in the league, and a loss in the league. It leaves us 5th in the table right now. We're level on points with everyone else in the playoffs right now. We're only 2 points behind Wimbledon and 5 points behind Burton. 10 games into the season, I'm pretty pleased with that. On the grounds that nothing else has really happened in between episodes, I think we can jump straight into today's Dambusters Derby against Lincoln. We're at home today, so hopefully a sellout crowd and hopefully a good win for us. Slightly changed lineup from last episode. We've got McClement in goal still as per usual, but we've got a slightly different back line. We've got Simpson coming in at left back today with Richard Smith in the middle pairing up with Mark Hunter. We've got Watts on the right hand side as well, obviously our new right back on loan from Arsenal. Woodthorpe comes back into that CDM position. We've got Ramich there still playing in his box-to-box midfielder role, but because Goff has scored a few goals in between episodes, he's taken over the deep line playmaker position over Littler as things stand at the moment. Hayes continues to play out on the right, doing pretty well for himself, but Turiak finds himself on the left wing right now as Stephen Robbins is currently injured, coming back from an injury. Should be back for the Middlesbrough game actually, so that should be quite nice. We've had a few little niggles and injuries for a few players in the past few weeks, which have been a little bit annoying, but most of them coming back to fitness now. Up front, still yet to score a goal for us, is Butler. I'm still putting faith in him, just because no one else up front scoring any goals yet either. Mason's had a bit of a knock as well. He's been out injured. Wade Ross hasn't really played very well either, but 7 games, 0 goals. He got all in the cup actually, I suppose. That doesn't really count too much. In the league, he's not scored a goal yet, and maybe we should have believed the Bradford City goal scoring record rather than the Stevenage, Colchester and Northampton scoring record. It's not been good so far. Right then, kickoff is upon us here at the Lincoln United Stadium. Thinking of stadium names, a lot of you seem to like the idea of having Mark Mason having a stadium, or naming the stadium after Mark Mason if he ever leaves, as we've nearly scored an opening goal in today's game. A lot of you, though, did think it's a bit weird me putting Memorial on there, and I know it is a little bit weird because you usually say Memorial if someone's died, and Mark Mason obviously hasn't died, but I just thought it'd be funny, if I'm honest with you, more than anything. And actually, it could be classed as a memorial to his goal-scoring record from the National League and League 2, which really has died, I've got to say now. But Turak looking to put a cross in. It's played around quite nicely. Goff puts a cross over to Watts, actually, who cuts inside, goes for the shot himself, and that's why he's a right back and not a striker. He's put it way over the bar in the end. Another chance for us now, though, as Hayes puts it across to Turak, who can't quite get there, but left back Simpson is there to collect it. He puts the cross in towards Hayes, and again, we're putting it just wide of the post this time. If we get some of these shots on target, I reckon we might actually had a lead in this game so far, because Lincoln City haven't looked particularly good at the back. Hayes with another chance to exploit that right-hand side. We've been given a penalty this time, which is going to be taken by Ramich, apparently. Is he the best person to take it? I mean, how good's Butler? Let's try and get Butler his first goal for the club, all right? He's got 15 finishing, 7 penalties, 1 goal. That would give him the world of confidence, all right? Let's give it to him. I can guarantee you he's going to miss this now. I can almost guarantee it, but he steps up. Nearly misses it as he blasts it right down the middle. The keeper doesn't seem to move, though. Butler gets technically his second goal of the season. I think he scored in the League Cup earlier on in the season, but we lost the League Cup game. His first league goal of the season. He's got that under his belt now. Hopefully, he'll be scoring bags of goals for us. So 26 minutes into the game, looks like we're trying to come forward once again. We have been massively the better side. If you look at the stats over here, we've been so much better than Lincoln City. Lincoln United are the best team in Lincoln as Turak puts his cross in, gets bounced back to him. He goes for the shot himself, and he's got his 3rd goal of the season now. Turak is outscoring every single striker at the club now, which is I mean, it's good in one sense because he's scoring the goals, but it's bad in the other sense because our strikers really are abysmal this season. We do have some transfer funds. January, I think we need to go all out to just get a top quality striker of this division, if there's even one available that wants to come to us, that is. It's very likely that there just won't be one available that wants to come to us. As Lincoln City hit the post from their free kick there, that's the best chance they've had all game. So Turiak's actually played so well at the moment in this attacking midfielder role on the left-hand side. Perhaps we start to play him there a little bit more. If Robbins doesn't really want to do much there, perhaps we should start to play Turiak a little bit more up that left-hand side of the pitch. That is what I love about Turiak so much, I think. That's my favourite thing about Turiak. He is just so versatile, as we do have a sellout at the Lincoln United Stadium here today. The whole 1,000 or 5,164 turning up. Forget that half of them are Lincoln City fans. We literally have a 50-50 split with Lincoln City fans, but it's money through the turnstiles. It's money for the club, so I'm pleased with this. Hunter now on the ball after he claims the ball from Lincoln City's attack, and Richard Smith now with a chance to put the ball up forward. Irwin doesn't actually do anything with it. Are we going to win possession back here or not? Or are Lincoln City going to build from the back? Which it looks like they're going to now, as their number 6 comes forward with the ball through to their striker, who puts it in the back of the net for his first goal of the season. Clearly, the Lincoln City strikers having the same issue as the Lincoln United strikers. But I think we've got enough about us to hold on or even grab another goal as the ball's put in the area, cleared, but only as far as Warren Woodthorpe. Goff now on the ball, back to Woodthorpe. Ramich back to Goff. Goff out to Watts. Watts to put the cross in into Hayes. Hayes puts it in the back of the net for his first goal of the season. A new winger that we brought in this season. He's looking pretty pleased with himself. Back to that 2-goal cushion. I'm happy. Good news for us as well. Other teams around us, or below us at least, aren't winning. Burton winning their game because they're 5 points ahead of us still. AFC Wimbledon also winning their game because they're still 2 points ahead of us. But it just put us a little bit further behind, or further ahead rather, of those teams outside the playoffs. We want to stay in the playoffs all season. I don't want to drop out of it at all, because once you do drop out of it, it's so difficult to get back in. As we found out last season, I think we were in it for a little while. Then we dropped out of it towards the end of the season, and that was that. We just couldn't get back into it. Wade Ross is going to come on for Butler, just because, he scored his penalty, but other than that, he's done absolutely nothing as far as I'm aware. So Wade Ross will come on for the final 10 minutes or so. We'll give Littler a go instead of Goff as well out there. And actually, while we're at it, we'll bring Craig Mooney on the wing. He's not gone on loan. No one wants him on loan. So let's give him the chance to try and grab himself a goal in this game. See what he can do in the final 10 minutes. Maybe if we start playing him come January, clubs might want to take him on loan. Although if you only give him 10 minutes, it's probably not going to result in a goal, unfortunately. But it's worth trying at least. It's worth resting other players as well. It's all a little bit of experience for him. If we actually had some good regens come through our youth academy, I'd be doing this every week. But we just don't ever have any good regens coming through. I don't think we ever really will, because the board are just so reluctant to do anything in terms of investing in our youth academy and things like that. But we've won today's game against Lincoln City. We've won the Dambusters Derby. We've got the bragging rights for the first half of the season at least, which is very good. And we climb up to 3rd in the table. I'm very happy with that result. A good way as well to end a run of 4 games in the league without winning. That's also very good. We need to get some more wins in the league. We had a little bit of a patch where we just couldn't get the win in the league, so it's good to pick up a win there. Hopefully turn it into Middlesbrough game and pick up another 3 points. Only 2 days off though in between the 2 games, so we're going to have to rest the players, otherwise I think they just will be dead. Our ticket prices must have gone up this season, because this season we've made £95,000 from a Dambusters Derby. Last time round, it was only £90,000, so the ticket prices must have gone up a little bit. We've still got over £1 million in the bank. It's just that the board don't want to invest in anything. What we're doing, we're just leaving it to sit there. Why can't we invest it in the youth facilities? I had this rant last time. I had this rant last episode. I'm not doing it again, but just understand how frustrated I am, okay? This actually could be the perfect opportunity to try and get better youth facilities into the club. They want to offer me a new contract, the club. Do I accept this current vision, or do I want to discuss the current vision? I think this is when I can make requests. So, I would like to make a request to the board. Hopefully if they agree to the youth facilities here, this would be fantastic. Please consider improving the club's youth facilities. We believe the youth facilities are more than adequate. Well, they're not, because we're not getting any good regens. I feel it's vital that the club's youth facilities are improved. If this doesn't happen, I won't be entering contract talks to renew my contracts. Right. Oh, okay. Well, that didn't work. We refuse to improve the youth facilities. You leave us with no option but to exit these talks right now. When did my contract actually end at the club? I didn't really check. I should have checked that first. My profile, my contract ends at the end of a season. Okay, well, they better give me a new one at some point. Otherwise we're going to be out of a job. I hope I've not blown it completely. I hope they do offer me. I hope this is anyone who's got experience of this. Please let me know. Will they offer me a new contract later down the line? Because I'm a bit worried now. Or if they do offer me a new contract, like in a few months' time, do I just keep playing chicken with them and just refuse to sign a new contract until we get to like the last day of my contract, and then I'll sign a new one, obviously. I've just seen down here as well, shots on target. It's gone now. Peter Butler has the second highest amount of shots on target out of all the strikers. So he's doing something right. The issue is all his shots on target must be straight at the goalkeeper. So I think we probably keep going with him. But it's difficult. Unless he's only had 3 shots on target all season and 2 of them have gone the back of the net, and that's why it's 66%. Maybe that actually could be legitimate, to be fair. I think I'm going to give him another chance. I think I'm going to give him another chance in the Middlesbrough game. If he doesn't score from open play this time, then we're going to start swapping the strikers around again. But I've wanted to give him a little bit of a consistent run in the squad, but it's not really worked. Other than that, actually, I think I'm going to leave the lineup as it was for the Lincoln game. These players look rested enough to me, and the players that have only just come back from injury, I don't think are going to be match sharp enough to be playing anyway after only 2 days coming back from injury. So we're going to leave it to line up exactly how it was for the Lincoln game. It was good enough then. I reckon it'll be good enough today. We're away today up in Middlesbrough at the Riverside Stadium, so a long way to travel for our boys, but I think we can bring home all 3 points. Middlesbrough really should be top of the table. They're a very good side, but they're doing a bit of Lincoln City from last season and just finishing down at 16th right now, not having a very good season at all. To be fair, Lincoln are down in 17th, so both of these sides that for the past 2 seasons have been bookies' favourites for the top 2, last season and this season, they're not doing it. They're just, I don't know what's wrong with them. We've never lost to Middlesbrough though. Never ever lost to them. And hopefully we're going to grab a winner here as Richard Smith gets on the ball. Mel Goff now on the ball, puts it in the back of the net for his 4th of the season. Mel Goff justifying his selection ahead of Andy Littler. Littler's going to be sat on the bench thinking, how is he going to get into the squad if Mel Goff is scoring the goals like this? I think that actually makes Mel Goff our top goal scorer this season, which again, it's not a striker, it's a centre midfielder. It's a little bit embarrassing for the strikers. As things stand, it puts us into 2nd place in the table. Clearly, Wimbledon are losing their game. Burton winning because they still stay 5 points ahead of us. But I'll take 2nd in the table. And very quickly after that goal, we've come to half-time. No more highlights in that first half, which is just the way I like it when we're winning a game. Hopefully the second half is really boring as well. 20,000 at the Middlesbrough Stadium. So imagine if we could bring 20,000 people to Lincoln United in League One. That would be, it's impossible. It just wouldn't happen. But it will be pretty mental. And to be fair, my wish of a very boring second half is coming true. We're up to 65 minutes now, still not another highlight. We are going to make some more changes though, because players are looking tired and Butler is still not scoring goals. Mark Mason, he'll have his chance now in this second half to try and score a goal as an advance forward. We'll bring Littler on for Ramic, who's looking a bit tired out there as well. I'm tempted to maybe make a change at the back later on, but no one's looking too tired yet. I think Turiak had a shot from distance, but it goes well wide in the end. This really has been the perfect game. There's been one highlight, which we scored a goal from, and other than that, no highlights whatsoever, which I'm saying with slightly gritted teeth, because there's still 5 minutes to go, and there's still time for Middlesbrough to grab an equaliser. But by the looks of things at the moment, we're going to be grabbing all 6 points from today's episode, which is really good. It moves up to 2nd in the table as well, as things stand, as long as no one else scores a goal right now. There's 50 seconds left in today's game. Hopefully this is just going to be the closing highlight or us grabbing another goal. I'll be happy with either one of those. If Middlesbrough score, I will be rage quitting. I won't actually be rage quitting. I don't do that. To be fair, I think you know that I don't do that. If we look back at games in the past like the Valencia debacle, don't remind me of that. We look back to even last season, to be fair, as Mark Mason, I think, gave away a free kick there. Even if we look back to last season, like, we just couldn't win in the final 5 games of the season, and all we needed was like an extra point to secure playoffs, so we couldn't get it and then dropped out the playoffs. Rage quitting just ruins the game for me, I think, doing things like that, so don't do it. Yeah, you may not like losing, but it's better to lose and then win again the next time round, because it does feel a lot better to win it second time round when you've put the effort in. So, very pleased with today's episode. Maximum points haul as well. Only conceded the 1 goal, scored 4 of them as well. Up to 7 goal difference, which is pretty decent for us, I've got to say. The only issue that we are supposed having, let's get rid of all this, look at goals. It is Mel Goff at the top, then Turiak, then Ramic, then Robbins, then Richard Smith. Peter Butler's down there in 6th of our list of goal scorers with only the 2. It's really not particularly good. Mason's only got the 1 goal. if we look down to Wade, I mean, Wade Ross hasn't even got a goal or an assist this season in 7 appearances. I mean, 5 from the subs bench, but striker, that's the issue. January, we need to try and solve it. Right, we're going to go a little... Right, next episode, we're going to go a bit further into the future. We've had 3 episodes in quite a short space of time at the start of the season. So we're going to go through to the Crewe and Charlton game. That means we're going to miss 6 league games and 3 cup games, which actually 6 league games is pretty normal, and sometimes there's a few cup games that prop up, so it's not actually too much further than we normally go. But Crewe and Charlton coming up next episode for you. Hopefully by then our strikers will actually be scoring goals, but you never really know these sort of things. So if you've enjoyed today's episode, please do drop a like on the video for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I'll see you next time for some more Lincoln Loco action.